Collective, welcome. Welcome into your reading for today. We have the main deck at the moment for the True Sky transit through the Sun of Gemini, True Sky Gemini. We have the Mystic Fairy Tarot, and on the bottom of the deck we have for you Temperance. So there could be an underlying energy of a need for balance and moderation. You need to also be aware of your reactions to things and be aware of being drawn to or dragged into different chaotic or dramatic situations by your reactions as well. So make sure you take the time to center yourself and establish your own balance before entering whatever it is you're doing. So that's the shadow energy today. Interesting that today we actually have 4 major arcanas here, and then we also have 3 wands, 1 cup and a pentacles. So it's a bit of a fiery reading here. The first card we have for you is the 6 of Wands, which is a card of success, but it's the kind of success that, is celebrated with others. So it's not just a personal success. It's some kind of success where others are aware of your winnings, your success, your victories. So that's a really positive card to start with today. We do still have the moon in True Sky Virgo as well. So it's very mercurial energy at the moment with both the sun and the moon being signs that are linked to Mercury. And then also Mercury itself is in Gemini as well. So very intellectual energies with the Mercury, the Mercury ruling and Virgo and Gemini. So the crowning card here we have for you is the 4 of Cups. So the 4 of Cups is a card of dissatisfaction, not being, you could even be feeling annoyed as well. It could be, in a relationship or in your work environment or in your family, but it feels like the situation you're in has nothing to offer you. Or that's what you're thinking anyway. Before writing it off, be aware of what you've put into this situation. So whether it's a relationship, work or friendship, and also try to establish how you'd feel if it really was over. If it's done, it's done. If not, you might be able to revitalize it to regenerate that happy feeling that you once had. The next card we have here is the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands to some can signify the twin flame card. Some people say that it is linked, because it's the 2 and it's the fire suit. It can signify a new partnership in your life as well. One that is exciting and inspiring. However, there is an unknown factor, and that it's also got an element of swiftness. So they could enter your life really quickly, but also exit quickly as well. So you need to decide whether or not this is the type of, thing that you want to commit to, or are you just going to let it go? And that, because it is next to this 4 of Cups, could even be influencing this situation. So, maybe you are sad that a situation's passing, or that it's not what you thought it was. There obviously is some reason why you're not satisfied at this time, because we do have a really good card of success, the 6 of Wands next to it. So obviously, it was working well, and it could still be working well, but maybe it's just not exactly what you thought, or It's changed in some sense. The next card we have for you is the Fool. So this card signifies a new adventure, a new beginning at this time. And it is linked to the Six of Wands. So it's a victorious new beginning as well. Then you have the Empress is in the center of your reading today. So this is the main significator of the reading. So she is a very nurturing energy. She has more power than all the queens in the tarot. So she's a very powerful force, and that can be linked to, definitely linked to fertility, can be linked to pregnancy. So if that is something that is going on for you, congratulations, or that you're happy about, or something that could happen to you that you're maybe not wanting at this time, just be really careful, because there's a really central theme of fertility and fertile energies right now. And it's asking you to nurture something in your life. So it may not be a child. It could be a person, a project, a relationship, or a situation, but something at this time has been entrusted into your care. And this is linked to that dissatisfaction. So maybe, I'm not sure how happy you are to be in this role, or maybe someone is not happy about you being that person in their life. I'm not really sure where this unhappiness ties in here, but there is a link. The next card we have for you is the Knave of Wands. So the Knave could be a child in your life. If they are an individual in your life, they could be of the fire signs, the houses, or the ruling planets of the fire signs really prominent in their chart. And they will probably be quite impulsive type of personality. They like to try new things. They like being active. They don't really like sitting still, and it could also be like new projects in your life at this time, new passion projects, or even a message, something that you're working on or something that you're interested in. You might receive a message about it at this time as well. Then we have the card of Strength. So the Strength card here is linked in with the Fool and also the Empress. So this card wants you to reconnect with that part of yourself that's quite fierce and find your courage, infusing it with wisdom so you can wield your power with grace, elegance, and precision. So it's about using your inner strength in your life for the things that you are doing. So this definitely is linked in here with this Empress, this nurturing energy. So using your inner strength to do this nurturing, and also for this new beginning as well, so it's linked there as well. The next card we have is the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is linked to our finances. Traditionally, it's often suggested that it could be a time where you're a little bit too concerned with material things. Here it suggests that it's the time to gather the fruits of your labors and plan for the future. You've worked hard and long, and now is the time to reap the benefits. It's also time to make sure you've had enough stored to sustain you through the times ahead, which may be lean. So admire and enjoy what you've accumulated and be grateful for your bounty. So that's this card here. And then the final card we have today with the main deck is the Sun. So what a beautiful card to end here with. And she has a sun on her lap. So that is interesting. Just in that sense that earlier we were talking about the potential pregnancy, and also here the sun is depicted as feminine as well, which is also interesting. And the sun basically indicates success and victory and celebration, happiness, optimism, and lots of energy. It's a really positive card, and it does, really help any other cards that are negative around it, or or boost the energy of any positive cards as well. So definitely having this with the Empress would be really increasing that nourishing, fertile feminine energy here. And the next cards I'm going to clarify with are the Victorian Fairy Tarot. And on the bottom of the deck for you, we have the Five of Summer. So the Five of Summer does have the energy of sadness and loss and grief. So there could be that underlying energy there of that loss, which is interesting because the underlying energy, the first deck was the Temperance. So so it's like balancing your energies, but there is this feeling of grief and loss going on as well. For the Six of Wands, which was your first card, it's being clarified with the Ace of Autumn. So this is like your Pentacles type of card here. And it does say that through this successful venture or whatever it is that you've achieved at this time, which is on an outward level, so others know about it, there'll be a new financial opportunity linked with it. So coming in is there's new opportunity. Then for the Four of Cups, so this was that dissatisfaction with what's going on in your life. You have the Herald of Summer. So the summer cards are like the cups in this deck, and the Herald is like the page. So this would be like a page of cups. So it can represent a child, or it could represent like a new love offer coming in, or some kind of emotional nourishment. Someone offering you some kind of emotional offering here. And it could be linked, it is linked here, with this dissatisfaction. So someone might see that you're not feeling the greatest and offer. And it could even be the person that you are already dissatisfied with. I'm not sure. Or even it's suggesting that you may need to offer your cup to someone, and it could be the person that you are dissatisfied, to kind of start a new, if that's what you're wanting to do, to start a new cycle with them. Then for the Two of Wands, we have the Nine of Summer. So this is like your Nine of Cups. So this is definitely a really positive card. It's linked to wishes and achieving those wishes. So maybe there's something that you have been desiring for a really long time, and you're seeing the results of those wishes at the moment. So it's a really positive time. It does represent like happiness, like an overflowing of happiness and joy as well. And this is linked to that Two of Wands, which could be it could be a new love offer, and you're feeling really happy about it, and like overflowing with positive feelings. Maybe someone that you've wanted to pursue for a long time, or something like that. It could also be a project or something that you've been wanting and quite passionate about. For this new beginning with the Fool, we have the Knight of Spring. So the Spring cards are like the Wands cards. So the Knight of Wands is a bit of a kind of reckless character. He's very good at starting things, and very like impulsive, and people say that the Knight of Wands is a bit of a player. He doesn't like commitment and that kind of energy. So maybe this new beginning requires you to have that kind of energy, to like just be in it for the adventure, not attached to outcomes, just about learning through your experiences. And some of them could be quite passionate experiences as well, but to maybe not get too attached to, you know, outcomes. Yeah, the fire is very fleeting. So then for the Empress, we have the 10 of Spring. So this is like your 10 of Wands. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a lot going on in this card. There's a lot going on. So often the 10 of Wands is linked to the feeling of being overwhelmed, that you've been working really hard on something and you're not really seeing the results and you're feeling, you know, really overwhelmed. So that energy could be linked in here with this. I mean, it is linked in here with this Empress. So this is the energy of the Empress, is the energy of that nourishing energy, potential motherhood or fertility. It can represent a person or a project in your life, but it sounds like there's a lot of work going on. So whether that is children or, you know, something that you're nourishing, it's very busy. It's a lot going on there. For the Knave of Wands, and this was our potential youth here, and it could be a message coming in, or if it's not an individual, or just you needing to kind of start new passion projects. You've got the 8 of Winter. So the 8 of Winter isn't the most easiest energy. It's like your 8 of Swords card. A lot of the energy is not very stable energies, and it often it can be linked to the kind of Tower card. So there is some instability here, and there's even like a passivity and a subservience, a feeling of like victimization and a lack of direction as well. So, you know, you may be feeling, it is a feeling, but it's more in the mind. So it's more of a mental thing. Might be feeling a bit trapped in your situation, like it's going nowhere kind of energy. And then for the Strength card, we have the 3 of Winter. So the 3 of Winter is like your 3 of Swords card. So in the card, it shows some people at a performance and, you know, they're chatting in the back. So it does have that energy of potential gossip. The 3 of Swords traditionally is a card of heartbreak. But yeah, there is also that energy of potential backstabbing and, you know, being melodramatic and being shallow, people gossiping, you know, people that just kind of want to do others harm behind their backs. And they think it's kind of funny, you know, that energy. So be aware that maybe it's something you've even been through recently and you're actually getting your strength back from having gone through this. You know, maybe someone's tried to destroy your reputation or something. There's been some kind of negative play from others here, drama. Then for the 4 of Pentacles, we have the Moon. We have the Moon. The Moon holds a very mysterious energy. There's often secrets involved when the Moon is around, and it's often linked also with intuition and the dream world. So you might find that your dreams at this time are really heightened, and they might even be telling you things that you maybe don't know in your conscious mind. It could even be linked in here with this situation with the, so you might kind of know who these people are that have been gossiping about you and causing problems for you. And then for the Sun card, we have the 2 of Spring. So this is like your 2 of Wands, which we already had in this reading in the first deck. So the 2 of Wands is a very creative card. Some people say, yeah, it's linked to the twin flames. So maybe because there is 2 of them in this reading, there could be a really strong emphasis on that. If you do consider yourself a twin flame, or if you feel that someone is your twin flame or not, It doesn't have to be. However, yeah, it's very much linked to like new creative enterprises, renewal of like passions, and even like anticipation. So, you know, imagining good things coming in, which is a nice way to end this part of the reading, having the sun as well. So the sun is going to, you know, positively illuminate the negative and, you know, chase away the, well, yeah, I guess that it does still cast some kind of a shadow, but the shadows aren't so long and deep. If the sun's around, you know, they hide. So yeah, I'm going to use my little broom here just to sweep away some of this negative energy with the gossip and the heartbreak potential, and also like the disappointing energies and that, you know, feeling like things is not working out. So the next cards I'm going to clarify with are the messages, magical messages from the fairies. And on the bottom of the deck for you, we have healing, healed, healer. Healing energy surrounds you and this situation. So it sounds like this is a healing time for you. And then the first card we have is Sun. Your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. So I'm not sure if you have a son or not. You know, this could be someone else's son that you know, or there is that potential in this reading for pregnancy. So if you are pregnant, we've kind of got two confirmations here that it will be a boy, or it could be a boy because we have the sun, and then also in the sun card earlier, to me it looks like she has a son as well. So that's interesting that we've got two of them, or even could be twin sons. Yeah. So then the central card we have is get some exercise. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. So that's lovely. And so that's for this this nourishing, fertile energy, however, also that feeling of being overwhelmed. But exercise can really help to kind of calm the nervous system. As much as it's stimulating when you're doing it, it does also help to calm as well, like after, you know, later. So then we have flower power. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. So this was for the Four of Pentacles and the Moon card. And there are flowers on this card. So they look like the trumpet flowers, like the morning glory type of flowers. And I'm not sure about these little pink ones here, but there are those as well. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm not sure if you do have a garden or if there's any flowers around you. You can always look into how to make your own flower remedies, because flowers might be really calling to you at this time. So this is the base of the Matter card, and you might even find that those that are around you are the ones that you need to work with, because often we tend to attract energies. It could even be not even planted flowers. We could be talking here about wildflowers. Yeah, so look into the meanings of the flowers that are around you at this time, because they might hold messages of what you need to work on. And then the next cards I'm going to clarify with are the Fairies Oracle. And on the bottom of the deck for you, we have Iris of the Rainbow. That card's a little bit of nudity on it, but yeah, so she is linked to hope and promises of the future. So Iris tells us that the light is breaking through our present darkness, and that hope is a powerful factor in speeding up this process. She does not promise us that the storm is over, nor does she say that it will never storm again, But she does say that there is brightness and beauty here. She also tells us that there is something to be gained by this passage through the storm. And as sooner as we learn what it is, the sooner the storm will end. Always, a passage through the storm is a time of potential growth, a time to allow the dead wood of our past to be blown away to make room for the green shoots of new growth. At this point, it is useful to ask ourselves what we still need to release and to look after protecting and nurturing the seeds we have planted. Iris suggests that the cultivation of patience may also be helpful at this time. So that's the base of the deck, and then we have the singer of the chalice, the sage, and Nellie's the alchemist. The singer of the chalice represents trust, joy, patience, creativity, hope, and miracles. So in a reading, it says, with the help of the singer of the chalice and of the fairies, you too can get this one feeling that is all the good feelings in one. Unconditional love, trust, hope, healing, patience, and so on. Open is open. Be open. If you know how, ask. It is right there. So that's interesting. So be open to this sun, and this sun being watched over and protected. So maybe there's some fears about this. I mean, this herald of summer could also be a sun too. I mean, he's potential masculine child of the water suit. Then we have the sage. So this is your central card today. So he represents wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, and patience. Here we see wisdom and deep inner understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organize, integrate, and simplify one's thoughts. Complexity often leads to confusion. Simplicity is to be valued. This card signifies mental discipline informed by balanced learning and compassion. Tradition is valued, but appropriate change is accepted. The sage knows when to let go and when to move on. He knows when to retreat and think things over. He compassionately and wisely shares his knowledge with others, teaching by example as well as by precept. The scales of justice are balanced in the sage's hands. This card in a reading also signifies the need for deep consideration and refined judgment applied with compassion and mercy. So, wow. So maybe even when you're getting this exercise, it might really help to clarify your thoughts as well. I know that the exercise does do that for me. It really helps clear my mind. And sometimes I'll be thinking about something that I really need to think about, and I'll think it through. Sometimes it's just that piece of not thinking and that break from it that can really, then when you get back to it, you're just clearer and able to deal with things better. And then the last card we have today is actually, it makes me think about something because it's damaged. I tend to find this card doesn't actually even come out that often. I'm not sure if it's why, because it is damaged. I need to get a new deck, but I've had this one for so long, probably over 20 years, I'm not sure, but I'd done a reading. This is probably about 10 years ago because my, knowing the age of my eldest, I'd done a reading and I had left it out. It wasn't like down on the ground or anything, but it was on the table, and my son decided to crawl up and get one of the cards and start eating it. So sorry about that. It happens to be that card is your base of the matter today. So Nellie is the alchemist. Really got into it too. Inner transformation, irrevocable change. So when Nellie's turns up in your reading, get ready for things to happen inwardly and outwardly. The stuck becomes unstuck. The blocked begins to move. You may have to run to keep up with the speed at which the situation around you is moving. You may also be surprised by the direction things and you are taking. You may find your plans, even your desires and dreams, changing as the transformative process takes place. It might not have been in your plans, but later on you will look back and say, wow, it wasn't what I expected, but it was just what I needed. When we have been through such an alchemical process, we can never go back to what was before, which is probably just as well. So that's interesting, and that's linked to this flower power. So there's something important from the flowers around you at this time. There's some mystery and secret as well. And yeah, you've got to be aware of your spendings as well. Try to save the future if you can. The next cards I'm going to pull from are the Fairy Ring Oracle. And on the bottom of the deck is the Pixie, which is the 9 of, I think it's spring. So you have been going through a difficult time, but the playful pixies are asking you to stop taking everything so seriously. Lighten up and have some fun. Laughter can mean a great antidote to the trials of life. There is much truth in saying laughter is the best medicine. It really does reduce stress levels and boost the immune system. Remember when you were a child and the world was a wondrous and exciting place. Try to recover a little of this feeling. So that's lovely, the Pixie. However, your first card is actually the Fairy Festival Lugnasa. And then you have Tamlin, number 8, and then Brownie, number 3. So Lugnasa was named after the god Lu, who is sometimes compared to the Roman Mercury. He was a king of the Tuatha De Danann and introduced the festival to commemorate his foster mother, Talatu, a daughter of the Firbolg king and an agricultural deity who expired after clearing a forest. The festival took the form of funeral games similar to the original Olympics. Lu once fought a battle with Balor the Dark One, and originally the battle may have been an annual one between summer and winter. The forces of light and the forces of darkness, since Lugnasa is considered to be the end of summer and the first day of autumn. When the festival card of Lugnasa appears, it indicates you will start to reap the rewards of your efforts. Though more work is needed to bring a project to final completion, the card may also indicate that the closing of one door will lead to the opening of another. And that's also linked with this Singers of Chalice, which was talking about being open as well. So our central card is Tamlin. It's such an interesting old story, the story of Tamlin and the Fairy Queen and Janet. It's a good one if you haven't read it. But the appearance of Tamlin indicates restoration, release from a bad or frightening situation, recovery from illness, relief, pleasure after pain, or a weight lifted from the mind. So this was also linked to this sage. So maybe it was through your own wise actions as well that's led to this restoration or recovery. And then the base of the meta card here we have for you is Brownie. So when the Brownie appears in your cards, she's telling you that pleasure and fulfillment will come from your home and family. They are your security, the important bedrock on which you build the rest of your life, and the refuge from the vicissitudes of the world to which you return. Here lies true happiness. There may be family parties and celebrations in the offing, and even perhaps a reunion. Okay, the next cards I'm going to clarify with are the Fairy Tale Lenormand, and these are the last cards today as well. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the letter. So there may be some kind of message, really important message at this time that you do learn about or hear or, receive. So the first card, however, is the snake. So this is a very tricky card. It is linked to like trickery and deceit and like snakish qualities, snakish characters. So people that maybe are even quite toxic and, cunning and poisonous and that kind of thing. So there could be some energy here. And this was about this Lugnasa. So the Lugnasa was about the closing of one door and the opening of another. So maybe you are closing up a cycle with someone that has these kinds of snake-like characteristics. You've figured it out and you've decided that's not what you want in your life. Interesting too that we also do have the scythe. So together with the snake, I definitely take this as that you're cutting away those snake-like energies in your life. However, also linking here with Tamlin can definitely signify that you've cut away like that illness or that bad situation that was in your life as well. And then on the bottom of the card, we have the clouds. So this does signify worries and dark thoughts and things like that. So this situation could definitely have involved a lot of mental worry and negative thinking, potentially even like depression. There is that energy as well with the clouds. But because we do have the scythe here, this is being cut away. So there will be a clearing of these negative energies out of your life. And potentially because we do have the Brownie here, it's saying that you'll find relief from your family and your home. So maybe spending more time with family or spending more time at home away from this negative energy, because you did have that gossipy card there too. So it could have been really affecting your mind. Someone might have been playing with you on a mental level. In a negative way, and they might have been the snake person that we have here, but that's being cut away. And if you do get an invitation to like a family reunion or something like that, then maybe it's a really good time to accept it and to do that, because it is saying that there's a positive energy there with family as well. And maybe even if your family, you've had some problems in the past, you might be able to alchemize that and turn those negative experiences with those people into positive experiences at this time as well. Maybe even that's where these flowers, there might be some flowers in their garden, or, they give you some flowers, or there's some link maybe even here with the flowers as well. Or even looking up what flowers are good for negative thoughts or whatever it is that you've been going through. So that is your reading for today. I hope you're having a great day, and if this did resonate in any way, I doubt it's all going to resonate, but just take what resonates and leave the rest for those that need to hear it. And if you could like my channel, this video, that would be awesome. Thank you to everyone that already has liked and subscribed and commented and or shared any of my readings. I really appreciate it. And I love hearing from you in the comments. So if you do have any resonance and you want to, clarify with me, then that's always very welcome. And yeah, if you could subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you for being a part of this journey and this channel. And I'm wishing you all the best with everything. So I'll be back soon. Bye. Take care.